Now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call.
Thank you very much, Ken, and welcome everybody to the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call. I'm Josh Taylor, in tonight for Bob Pompiani. He is on vacation. And what's a good way to start this? I guess the best way to say it's official. We've expected it for probably the last few days or so, but the worst-kept secret in hockey is finally out of the bag. Marc-Andre Fleury is now officially a member of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Just announced a few moments ago during the NHL expansion draft, which was part of the NHL awards in Vegas, so the local fans there are happy, and I imagine the fans here are not as happy. A 14-year run with Marc-Andre Fleury comes to an end, being the #1 overall pick in 2003 by the Pittsburgh Penguins during the draft at Bridgestone Center in Nashville, which ironically is the same place where he lifts the Stanley Cup for the last time as a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. But he goes to 4 Stanley Cup finals as a member of the Penguins, and he wins 3 of them. So a very, very happy way to end a 14-year run in a city where pretty much he came of age. I mean, Marc-Andre Fleury was practically a kid for all intents and purposes, and he comes to Pittsburgh, builds almost a decade and a half of his career here. His wife comes here, he has children here, and I'm sure there's plenty of memories outside of hockey that he has during his time in Pittsburgh, but it is time for him to move on, and the next chapter of his career starts in Vegas. I personally wish him the best. Quality athlete, quality person. For him to have the kind of impact that he's had in the community here in Pittsburgh, it had the impact that he's had on the ice with his organization. I think that speaks a lot to see a lot of the tributes from fans, especially on social media. A lot of my colleagues in the media have been sharing stories about him on social media, and also when they have opportunities to do so on the air. So we've seen a lot of tributes to him, and I think that speaks a lot to the person that he is, not just the athlete. And if you can have people saying things about you when you're leaving, isn't that really what you'd rather have at the end of the day? Wouldn't you rather have your legacy be how people don't want to see you leave, they don't want you to go, and they don't want you to have that kind of impact, or I should say they don't want to lose that kind of impact that you've had on them, not only as an athlete, but as a person. But Marc-Andre Fleury fits that billing perfectly. So I imagine people will have their questions about what happens next with the Penguins. And here's one thing to look at. Free agency starts in about 10 days. July 1st is the first day of free agency in the NHL. And after Marc-Andre Fleury leaves for Vegas, the Penguins will have about roughly $20 million in cap space. That's according to Cap Friendly, the website. So if you're looking for salary cap information or payroll information, Cap Friendly is the place that I usually go to, at least, to figure it out. But they say the Penguins should have roughly between $19 and $20 million in cap space going into this season. And that's important because you have guys you have to try to bring back in free agency. Guys like Nick Bonino, guys like Trevor Daley. You even have a couple other defensemen, Mark Streit, Ron Hainsey. Those guys are on the way out. You want to try to find a way to see if you can keep Chris Kunitz around. He's a guy that you'd like to see stay in Pittsburgh. At least a lot of fans would, because he's part of that group. I mean, we could see, in essence, we talk about the 5 guys that have won 3 Stanley Cups in Pittsburgh. Marc-Andre Fleury, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Kunitz, and also Chris Letang. You could see 2 of those guys leave if Chris Letang doesn't return. So if you want to keep that core together, at least more of those guys in that core together, Chris Kunitz is probably on that list as well. But then you have the restricted free agents, guys like Brian Dumoulin, who's probably due for a very nice raise. Gambled on himself, and I think probably earned himself a raise. Remember, after last season, he was a restricted free agent, and I don't think the Penguins made him a tender. And he kind of tested free agency and came back and stayed with Pittsburgh. It took a lot less money than he was expected to make, gambled on himself in 1 year, and is probably due for a big raise. So he's another guy you probably have to pay. There's a lot of things with this roster they still have to shore up. Nothing with this roster is guaranteed. So there's a lot more that has to be figured out, even moving forward past Marc-Andre Fleury. You're also accepting the fact that Tristan Jarry is likely your backup goaltender going into this season upcoming too. So that's something else that you probably look at. The goaltending situation is going to look a lot different going into October as opposed to how it looked a couple of weeks ago. Also, a couple announcements that have been made. The NHL announced new uniforms, or I should say new uniforms. The home uniforms at least have been announced, or at least unveiled last night with a league announcement. So the league has gone from Reebok to Adidas. I believe Adidas will be the outfitter of the NHL for the next 7 years. Not a lot of major changes to the jersey. The look around the collar is a little bit different. There's a different NHL shield in the front, but it's generally the same thing. Also, just home and road jerseys this year. No third alternate jerseys. So if you're looking to buy a new one this season, Bad news, only black and white this year for Pens fans. So sorry, no third alternate jersey. But another announcement, October 4th will be the day of the home opener for the 2017-2018 season. That's when they will lift this year's Stanley Cup banner. That'll be a pretty awesome night because that's also just happens to be my birthday. So that'll be pretty cool. Good way to ring that in. But a lot of exciting things coming up here for this Penguins team as far as the upcoming season is concerned. In the meantime, we're taking your calls. 412-575-2600 is the number. Also taking your tweets at Josh Taylor HD. We'll get into all that stuff and more. We'll even talk Pirates. They're going at it here with Milwaukee and a good shot at 3 in a row in Milwaukee. So we'll talk about that too. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll get into all of it after this.